Um, I realized I didn't really do an exact let's play. I was just mentioning stuff when I was supposed to be focused on the let's play. So I'm redoing the let's play, and good thing I actually basically I'm going to do a new character, and I'm gonna delete my. I will be removing this one.
When darkness is born and black dread spreads with fright, astride a white dragon they'll take to the skies.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love this game. I love the story.
Then
I beat it
light
part
will
2,
recede, and the light will
but
live on.
I actually did stream a whole, so I have some other contents on my channel. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Of bonds.
But like, I also tried to make part 1 of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is supposed to be the very beginning. But I didn't get the chance to the last time because I don't know if you guys knew this, but when something happens with this character's mom, you'll see it in a little bit.
Sure it was around here.
I won't say anything
I
until
found a
I'm up
monster
to
egg.
that part. Oh, fun fact, I got some peanuts here. But I think it's kind of melted. Yeah. No, actually it's still fine. I could still eat it easy without making a mess. Ugh.
You two do want to see a
Hello,
monster egg,
welcome to the
right?
stream.
I guess.
Ooh. Don't tell me you're scared.
I finally found my capture card, by the way. And the camera that I have for the PS5, it's on top of my new laptop.
What? No way! I'm gonna be a writer next year.
Vitamin drink. It's a vitamin sparkling water. Starburst flavor, cherry.
And writers aren't afraid of anything. Whoa!
Look at you jump. So, you're not scared, huh?
Well, welcome to the stream. Oh crap. These peanuts are not doing so well. Yeah. Mush. Because they're mixed with a type of toffee. I gotta make sure I take this down fast because my hands are getting sticky. Hey, where you going?
I'm not scared. I just tripped, okay?
I don't know why, but I love Shovel, man. He's funny. And he's pretty soft-hearted, but in a good way. His character is he's more like the gullible type at first, but then later on he becomes emotionless, meaning later on he don't feel no attachment towards anything. Not he don't feel any attachment to monsters, and you'll see why later, guys. Just stick around and
Hey,
watch
come
the
on,
stream,
Slowpoke. Let's go find that egg.
and you shall find
You're
out.
not afraid, right? Then prove it.
Oh yeah, when I say you guys will find out what will happen as soon as I get to the town, just want to let you know, spoiler will happen. This stream will be full of spoilers. If you're not into spoilers, now's the time to just leave a like and wait until you play the game. But like, if you like the animation so far of the game, and you like what you see so far in the game, as like graphic wise, if you're gonna leave, make sure to leave a like. If you like what you see. I know I'm not the very attractive person. My dome lamp. Turn on the light. Turn off the light. I hate this. Because before I didn't say dome lamp. Turn on the light. I basically have a lamp that records voice. Or better yet, how you say it, does voice command. Which is pretty cool.
Okay, let's go.
Oh yeah, I have Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 on this Switch. I feel like Nintendo is making a mistake not to bring the third game to this Switch, because anything that happens on the PS4 version basically happens on here. And if you think about it, Nintendo had Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But I feel like Pokemon Sword and Shield was more stabilized than Scarlet and Violet. That's just my opinion. I feel like Scarlet and Violet was, in a way, a letdown, but in a way, kind of good. And what I'm saying, which one is good about Scarlet and Violet, is the story. It touched me here. But the problem is, I ended up calling Nintendo customer support one time, I believe last week, and I tried to convince them, if you do not report to get activated again, if you do not stop the lawsuit for Nintendo Japan, because you guys are basically in cahoots, you get your resources from Nintendo Japan, I think it's best they stop the lawsuit against Pokemon and Pocket World, because if you think about it, a lot of the profit of the Nintendo service somewhat comes from the Nintendo market in Japan. Um, a lot of the profit from the Nintendo shop in Japan, you know, as a business as a whole, I think the parent company is the one is suffering. Okay, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of YouTubers that'll
That's the
disagree with me.
spirit. Let's split up and search.
Hold on. Before I continue, let me just continue saying this. The reason why I think Nintendo is gonna fail is because when I call the American customer support, yeah, it may be an American version of the business. And I did look up this. If the Japanese version of the company dies, as long as the parent company is still alive, the American version of the shop will continue. But the problem is, if they run to a point like what happened with Sega, you need money to keep the business going, they will have to stop investing in hand portable consoles, and this would have to shut down service. And I looked up this, that if Nintendo loses, has no resources, such as Nintendo Switch, it means that one of the two reasons. Either they just, like, if this is on, but they stop making it, which the CEO in one of the articles that I have read way, way before this month, early this year, I read it. Oh, and one thing to let you guys know, any Nintendo players, you guys should be pissed because Nintendo had people that misled at first. So I used to find news early on this last month or the month before. So I think it was around early July or early June before my birthday happened. Uh, I saw like an article, and the article I read was just people who, you know how there's different like news article websites. Well, there are people randomly who make their own sources, and their sources end up being misleading. And anything they put in that website of theirs that they made, it will basically say the wrong. It's basically just to put toxicity towards a game. If you think about it, um, excuse me, Pocket Pair with Palworld, their own IP, is a really successful game. It's really successful on PC, and I believe their online service is still going on in Japan, I believe. If not, they could still play the game. It's just not going to be online playable. But you can play it offline. Hold on, let me check. I might also have to like put my recharger. Alright, let me see. Uh, is my plug not connected? That's right. I forgot. I have to connect my plug. The plug I'm connecting to my phone is a third-party plugs product. Uh-huh. See, it's like a square shape. It's a third-party plug for the. You can use it on the Nintendo Switch and on your phone, which is pretty cool. And it's a pretty powerful plug, just letting you guys know right now. It has some decent power, and by the time you know it, after I look up the thing where uh, if Palworld is still online service in Japan, and it says it is, if it says it is, yeah, Pokemon screwed in a way completely, because they don't have no evidence that they own the game. And whenever they head to that lawsuit and try to put a lawsuit on Pocket Pair, all they do is mention the Joy-Cons, you know? So if Nintendo sees my stream, and if I stream on the Switch through the TV, and they find out my username, and somehow they just ban me from their service, I could care less because that just kills their business, you know? I am a random player, a random gamer who just enjoys certain Nintendo games. I do think they're making the wrong decision to like put and help Pokemon with the lawsuit. I feel like that's just a terrible idea. I feel like a lot of these YouTubers who think of ripoffs as something that's not no reason to play. If you think about it, there are a bunch of PokeTubers that played Palworld. So like, and a lot of these tubers, these YouTubers who stream Palworld, like I believe Munching Orange ended up streaming Palworld. I'm not too really sure. Will Palworld is it shut down in Japan? Hold on. Uh, the move is there, and put it here is. Better yet, did Palworld shut down in Japan? Let's see. Oh, turns out it did not shut down its service in Japan. So that's even more better for them. Pocket Pair might actually be able to continue to afford the lawsuit because people will actually support Pocket Pair with Palworld. There's only like, I think there's like, I'm pretty sure there's like 10 or 20 tubers and just a bunch of toxic people who are random who watch some of these YouTubers, like 10 or 20 YouTubers, that will tell people like, oh, I would rather not support Palworld because it's a ripoff of Pokemon. But Pokemon
Find the egg?
is
Whistle.
basically a ripoff and took inspiration from Dragon Quest. Like, it don't make no sense. Why take credit for something you don't own from the Kanto version of the game? And then you decide to put a lawsuit for mechanics when when you were about to start a lawsuit against the pals. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Oh,
Then we'll
and
meet you there.
I will be
Okay?
bringing some Palworld content soon because just to celebrate Palworld's victory with like new content that just recently came out. And yes, it's much harder than it was because of the collaboration that's happening. there's actually a Terraria collaboration happening with the game, and I believe Terraria got free content based off of the collaboration with Power itself also. Uh, Let me make sure. I shall move a little bit, real quick. Oh, it's starting to get blue outside. That means the sun is rising here. Okay. Did Terraria get the collaboration Palworld on their game? Yes, there is a collaboration between Power and Terraria with Tides. Did Terraria get the Palworld DLC? Uh, oh no. No, Terraria does not have any traditional. Oh, here we go. Additionally, a collaboration with Palworld is bringing an update called Tides of Terraria to Palworld, which will feature Terraria themed rat based off Palworld. While Palworld receive a crossover update called Tides of Terraria in June 2025, um, itself has not received dedicated DLC or content. No, that's not what I'm asking. Oh, okay. They didn't really add very much to Terraria. Did Terraria get a new pet that's from Palworld? No, Palworld is not adding. Yes, Terraria received. Okay, yeah. Terraria basically got uh the pet for Pal World, which is pretty awesome. Uh, I think it was the Turtle Pal. Let me see. Just when I started think Terraria 1.4.5 couldn't get any better, Relogic has once again proved me wrong. With a glimpse of the upcoming Terraria Palworld crossover and its latest state of the game for June 2025, the new blog from of from head of business strategy Ted Loki Murphy gives an update on the progress towards launch, shows off a couple of new furniture sets we'll get our hands on in the Sandbox game next update, and unveils a Palworld pet that is about to transform one of the duelist bits of busy work forever. Uh, when was this news released? I think it was released last year, right? Oh no, it was at May 2025, May 29, 2025. But they already had it. They already got it into the game because they said they brought it. They were. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? I felt something walking, man. That is weird. Oh my god. So apparently they got the pet around June for Terraria. Basically it's the turtle one in Pal World. Um, the one that takes some inspiration from what's that one? The turtle Pokemon from Sun and Moon. You know, the one with the long neck and stuff. I believe that one is more of a soft shell turtle in Pokemon. But the Pals, is mostly based off of two things. So it's based off of the turtle from Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I'm guessing it takes some inspiration from those spikes on its back, right? Takes some inspiration. Oh yeah, they both take inspiration from Sun and Moon, but like the the backside, um, the front it's tweaked, right? So it looks nothing like the actual Pokemon. And I believe it also took inspiration from the way Blastoise somewhat looks, but it's not blue. That's the cool thing. They have them in a different variety of colors of every pal. You know how you had Sun and Moon, which was a Alolan, and there were certain variants of certain Pokemon. So you had, the Pokemon from Kanto that they changed somewhat of the art for some of them Kanto Pokemon, and they would either put them as Galarian or Alolan. And so um, the PAL that is supposed to be a turtle, it has nothing. It looks nothing like any of the turtle Pokemons or anything like that. So it does not look like Blastoise, and it does not look like I forgot what that name of the turtle Pokemon is for Sun and Moon. Um, but it doesn't look like that one either. It will have a variety of different color sprites, different versions of it, I'm pretty sure. And so, yeah, that's why Pokemon failed against the lawsuit for the art style of the PALs. They try to put a lawsuit against the PALs, and because they weren't successful, they then tried to use blueprints as a lawsuit for like Joy-Cons where you throw a Pokeball, like in Pokemon Let's Go. Um, just letting you guys know, I have not touched any of the Pokemon games for a long, long while. And I don't know why, I just don't really think it's worth supporting anymore. Because if I try to play Pokemon, all I could think about is Pokemon Company and their lawsuit trying to take away the fun of putting inspired games from Pokemon. And that's gonna suck,
Hey, over
But the
here!
problem is they're losing because
Look up there!
they're just now repeating the same thing over and over for the lawsuit. So if they say, oh, they're using our art, and then the judge says, what art? No, they're using our art.
Wow, it's so
It's like
pretty.
what Trump does, right? The President of the United States.
I wonder what's inside.
Which he is not a good president. He is just the worst
I feel like
president.
I've seen it before in the Monsterpedia.
And I think Nintendo is repeating the lawsuit, like what happened with Trump and Stormy Daniels. Don't ask who is Stormy Daniels, just find out for yourself. But if you're young viewers, do not check any information about Stormy Daniels, because it is not an information. It's not information for kids to learn. It's more like if you learned a lot of these stuff about the body in your school, because they would put like a lesson and they would show you in a TV. They basically have tapes that shows about the body and how women give birth. So let's just say I will make this family friendly. I'll give you an example of, or better yet, a better point of view on what Trump had the lawsuit against Stormy Daniels, if you are younger viewers. Basically, he put
Only a rider with a kinship stone can do that, right?
I would suggest you learn the word on the internet browser. Check up what abuse means if you're not aware about it or knowing about it, and you're in your 14 or 15, because I know a lot of 14 and 15-year-olds, they know the meaning of abuse, but in a family-friendly way, just look up the terms abuse, because it could be in any direction. But if it has the S word in one of the words, you don't have to read that. Trust me, it's not worth it if you're young and you don't know nothing about what the S word one stands for. I just think you should just pay attention to the meaning of abuse, because the term abuse can be used for anything. Like, let's say child abuse, when the parent abuses the child, like by like hitting and stuff a lot. That's child abuse. So abuse means you're taking advantage, and I think that's the best way to describe it. When you abuse something, you're basically taking advantage of that something. That's how I can explain it a little more family friendlier. And
So
it's
let's
nuts.
become riders then.
Become riders?
So
How are we supposed to do that?
Trump has abused a lady in a lawsuit. And I mean, not in the lawsuit, he abused her way back. But I won't say what the abuse is. And if you do find what that lady is and what kind of abuse she went through, just don't read the S word. Because, or better yet, not S, more like R. If you want to learn something that's not rated, I would say try to check up abuse and rape. The meaning, not the pictures, okay? Don't get no stupid ideas. I know these kids in my stream that sometimes end up in my stream, they're very smart. They know to not look up naughty things, okay? You don't want to do that. I have two young friends who knows the meaning of an adult anime. So, yeah. And I believe the term gooner can mean anything, I believe. Hold on, let me check. There's this word that a lot of YouTubers use the word gooning or gooner. Let me see. What phrases gooner? Let's see. Oh no, okay. Can gooner be used as an example for anime female characters? Not gunner, dude. Gooner. Oh my god, man. Let's see. The term gooner is primarily slang with the S suggestive connotations, referring to someone who engages in or is enthusiastic about gooning, a form of prolonged, not the other word, I'm not going to say that word, in the context of anime and manga. The terms often used to describe or criticize content that is seen as excessively focused on the, skipping that other word, of female characters, sometimes to a point of being perceived as waifu bait or solely for gooning purposes. Can gooner mean like Can gooner mean like an anime female character could be attractive and become a favorite waifu as well? No. Okay. So a lot of the other words that it actually means, and I didn't know because one of my younger friends who I met through the stream itself told me what it meant, so I just wanted to make sure if there were like any extra like example, for like anime waifu characters. Once you grow up to 18, guys, you will know the meaning of waifus and what waifu means. It's just anime female character that has a lot of fan art service, meaning they show some skin like the stomach and all that, and of course long legs. But that's about it. But yeah, once you get to that age, like 18 years old, if there's young 13 or 14 years old, wait until you're 18 and then look up this information. But just look up, let's see, let me click. I'm at 37% battery, so I'm gonna unplug it for a bit.
These are just regular rocks.
Are there many forms of abuse? Oh, they don't want to show that, huh? 4 types of abuse and examples. How many physical abuse examples? Okay. Physical violence may include hitting, punching, kicking, slapping, strangling, smothering, using or threatening to use a weapon, shoving, interrupting your sleep, throwing things, destroying property, hurting or killing pets, and denying medical treatment. And that's what all the things that Trump is all about. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but oh, there's something else I want to find out, but let me click.
Pay attention.
I gotta click the X button.
This is a sacred ritual. Be respectful.
Whatever you say.
Uh-oh. Don't go to the YouTube app, dang it. Can a president use the abuse situation to make more worse? Oh, AI don't want to search that. Are there some leaks of the United States President Trump ever shoot? Abusing and disrespect Alrighty. Search. What's being done to fight abuses by the Trump administration? Correct. I'm gonna go to AI mode. Okay, here it is, guys. I'm gonna continue stream, hold on. Numerous allegations and reports have surfaced concerning Donald Trump's treatment of individuals, including staff, politicians, and women. These reports highlight various forms of alleged disrespect and abusive behavior. That's the type of thing he did, okay? Disregard for rules of procedures. Leaks have suggested casual handling of sensitive information within the Trump administration, with some using messaging apps for potentially classified discussions. He's been using the one that used to be known as Twitch, and he used to put Elon Musk to change the brand to X. But I guarantee you there's a high chance that if the other side, the good side, take over again, and that's the Democrats so far. And I learned the term that there are some Democrats that are, sometimes they may sound misleading, but when they say the misleading stuff, they mean the opposite. So when they say bad stuff, they mean that they're gonna try and do good stuff, okay? But some Democrats are bad too, in general. Others, pretty decent good. Okay. I'm just gonna let you guys know after I finish all this. Oh look, the sun's out. So okay. The next term example. Contempt for allies. A report leaks revealed concerns from a former Trump administration official about the president's actions being inconsistent with the messages to European allies. So basically he's trying to turn his back, which he's already done, against the Europeans, who are like the United Kingdom. I believe European is around the UK. I'm not too completely sure, but I'll look it up soon in a little bit. And this one right here, guys. Insulting and demeaning behavior towards military officials. Trump reportedly called military officials some of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life, and has used the military as a political prop. So basically he's blaming the military, okay? That was one of the other ones. I believe one of them is based off of young women who are in a relationship, but that I'm gonna skip. Allegations related to women, I will skip that. So the one I'm up to right now is high turnover and mass layoffs. The Trump administration enacted policies leading to significant job losses, meaning a lot of people lost their jobs within the federal government. So people who work for the government in Washington and people who are part of the government, because we are the government, who, if we have a job, right, what Trump is doing is he's taking our permission or should I say, he's trying to prevent anyone who is from the countryside who actually became a citizen here. He's trying to get rid of them and fire them from their jobs, basically. Federal government, including probationary employees and those who accepted buyouts due to fear of layoffs. Fear of layoffs, some employees reported feelings compelled to resign despite not wanting to due to fear. So basically, some employees are wanting to tell okay, so a lot of these people who got jobs, they are feeling like they are having to just resign in their job in the government, basically, despite not wanting to, due to fear of being laid off or losing civil services protection. So basically, they can mean anything with the meaning civil service protection, but this is for like veteran service, you know. I believe it's for veterans, like soldiers, military, and all that. So, but that already happened. He took a lot of the military that had experience in war, but like those people who had experience in war, who went to the battlefield, who are still eligible for military service, he took them all out because they wouldn't be actually doing what he said. So if you're not doing what he said and you're not following his orders, and plus you don't like anyone who's like different race anyways to begin with. And there was a lot of military people who served the military that were from different nationalities. He kicked all those people out, a lot of those people out. Now you just have young 20-year-old white soldier military people, and they're 21, around their 20s also, and they are inexperienced. They're unexperienced with firearms. If they have experience with firearms, they don't know how to fully control the fight. So if they get sent to war because they don't have any knowledge or experience in combat or even pulling a trigger, just like Trump, you know, Trump don't have any experience with pulling a trigger, you know, but he'll send someone that is experienced in assassinating. Trust me, I know things because I've been watching the news as well. I've been watching multiple news resources, and just letting you guys know, Fox News hates Trump now because, you know, a lot of things. Skipping the allegations related to women, other allegations. Here we go. This is the one I'm gonna say, because the one on top with allegations related to women, that is something for adults. Or unless you're 18 years old, you can check this up out. but I do not recommend people around their childhood still. Like, if you're like 10, 12, or 13, unless you're knowledgeable with that already and you're in your 13s, then so do it if you have experience learning about this certain stuff. Because I have a young viewer from the Netherlands, and I have another viewer who I also made friends with. And sometimes I play Xenoverse 2 with him. I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 with this dude. He's very smart. He knows a lot of the meanings of a lot of words. So, and I didn't know the term Gunner, and yet I was like, oh crap. So don't learn the word don't check the word Gunner, because you will not understand actually what it is, because it's just something that's complicated. You know, wait until you're 18, until you like pass certain grades in certain schools. Me, I learned it from searching on my phone, okay? But alright, let's continue. And let me see how long I made this stream. Oh, don't worry, it'll be much longer, so it doesn't really matter. So, other allegations. Bullying behavior. Reports indicated that Trump's behavior can be characterized as bullying, and this style has been observed in various contexts. Some research suggests a Trump effect on bullying in schools, with increased bullying incidents. So basically, he made it where there's more kids who bully other kids that have no defense. A lot of them are defenseless kids. So I've been through that before, guys. I've been bullied before when I was really young. But I'll tell you more about that story while I play the game. But for now, let me just finish letting you guys know a lot of things for what this guy did. Increased bullying incidents reported in areas that voted for Trump. So, in certain areas where people voted for Trump, if anybody goes to a school where certain people around that school area who voted for Trump, that's where the most bullying is usually at. The next would be attack on the media and judiciary, whatever that word is. Trump has verbally attacked the media and judiciary, questioning their legitimacy. So basically, he's saying which news is false and which news people should pay attention to. So, like, before, when he ran his first term, Fox News was actually supporting this guy. But now, they're at a point where they're just like, damn, this person he's screwing up the amount we get paid in Fox News. Basically. Because the big boss of Fox News, he's the one that's basically receiving the money. The news reporters, not so much. Okay. Okay. So their legitimacy and fairness, he has suggested revoking licenses of media organizations he perceives as unfair, and has called judges lunatics and so-called. So people who end up calling the judge he puts in, oh no, this is saying that any judge who has experience with court sessions, he is basically saying they're unfair, and he's calling them lunatics and so-called. It is important to note that these are allegations and reports, and while some incidents have been documented and corroborated by multiple sources, others remain contested and are subject to interpretation. Oh, snap. Yeah. I gotta check what interpretation means. What is the terms for interpretation?
Synonyms for interpretation: explanation, elucidation, expounding, exposition, explication.
And more? Oh. So, okay. What he does is, when they say that a lot of these allegations and reports are incidents, or some incidents have been documented, so the crimes that have been documented and they have been documented by multiple sources. Others remain contested. I don't know the meaning contested. I never learned that in school because, see, I wish I would have listened in school and tried to learn. But, like, I have slow learning. And when I was in a lot of my schools, I had this thing where I was just a spoiled brat, okay? But a lot of us can be assholes, and a lot of us can be... Regardless, everyone in this world can be an asshole. But, like, at least we can also express ourselves, you know? So even if we're an asshole, we can still be considered a good person, because even the nicest person could get to a point where he overreacts, he's an asshole, and then he admits he's a terrible person, but decides to make amends and all that. You know, when I say asshole, I mean the term, like, someone who takes advantage and don't bother to listen, and sometimes can be someone who overreacts, like I said. That is the terms that I'm using as the word a-hole. I'll just say a-hole to censor a bit of the language, even though I probably already have it recorded on the stream. So, yeah, that's all the information on what our president is doing. He has really, really bad reputation and all that sort of stuff. And so, now we begin the Let's Play. Alright. So, yeah, that's it for class session. Oh look, I left the little tiny peanut. No more peanuts, it's gone. Be gone, peanut wrapper. Okay guys, let's continue the stream. Just letting you guys know, after I'm done with the stream, I have plans to do a few more streams, but before I end up doing 2 more streams, So this one will be at least 2 hours. I'm hoping to make this a 2-hour stream. It's already like, what, 1 hour to the stream, so I might as well continue the Let's Play while I'm at it. I'm actually gonna make a character that takes inspiration from ReZero. Alright, guys? And so it's a female character. I already have one of the characters that takes inspiration on the Switch version and stuff. Well, so why not make one here on this version, on the PS4 version? Okay, wait a minute, no. I think this is a good face shape to do what I'm doing. The character, I'm gonna do what I'm doing. Wait a minute, no. Let me check the custom for the skin color. Alright, it's already set. So now X, and I do not remember what color. So the character I'm taking inspiration, her name in the anime series that I'm making her into is, her name is Rem. Rem. R-E-M. Hold on. Phone went in rest mode every time I try to click in time. I believe Rem's eyes are basically bluish colored. I could be wrong though. What color is Rem's eye in ReZero? Light blue. Okay, yeah. There's a picture here. So, ReZero is a Japanese anime. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of young teenagers and a lot of young, I would like to say a lot of kids around their 12s or 13s or 14s are usually trying to get into anime because they either have friends or family that watches anime. And yeah. So Rem is the female maid character in ReZero, and apparently, just letting you guys know, she has a sister. But I don't know if you knew this, guys, but I was already predicting this. I was already predicting that the enemies in the ReZero series, the 4th season, the one of them is Gluttony, the other is a white hair dude who is more like a cult, who is trying to get his hands on Amelia, which is one of the characters who the main male protagonist, Subaru Natsuki, is in love with. He's in love with Amelia. So the enemy is that one guy tries to take Amelia. And so the main character himself actually ended up dying, so he returned from the dead. And you know how in every game, like JRPGs, you have a save point or checkpoint where if you die, you stay in that one spot that you reached the checkpoint in or save the game at. So every time he dies, he comes back in the spot that he fell in. So Yeah, and that power actually comes from the Witch of Envy. If you guys want to search up ReZero, feel free to. It's not really that unappropriate. It's more appropriate than others. I think it is. If you're like in your 14s or maybe 13 years old too, you're considered the right age for this anime. I don't think it has a non-rated, because if it was not rated, that would mean it's full-on exclusive stuff, okay? But I believe if you wanna watch ReZero, best to wait until you're like 13 or 14. Even though the real recommended age for like anime in general is around 18 years old, I've seen a lot of young teens around their 13s and 14s who learned about anime regardless, because there are some family-friendly animes. ReZero, you gotta be prepared for like sad parts, the things that the main character goes through. So, see, by the way, I do not care about the voice acting. I mostly care about what the character says as the story continues, and that sort of stuff. So, alright, my eye color, customize, okay, go here. Perfect, that's fine. And so we get out of that, mouth. Let's see. I would say this one looks like a decent mouth shape. I gotta check the angle shape of Rem's face style. More of like a round. So hold on. Face. Let me see. Okay. Face. Oh. This one's kind of good, I guess. I mean, I guess this one's actually a decent face shape. So, okay, that one's fine. I think I have to redo this one, though. I think. Alrighty. Alright. Go on. Hair color. Okay, and hairstyle, we want something more like short hair, but not this one. Damn, which one is a good short hairstyle for to make inspiration? Not that one, that's for sure. Wait a minute. If I remember correctly, Rem does, in fact, I believe, have a hairpin, I think. Oh no, she has ribbons, but this should do fine. If there's one with a ribbon, okay, this one's fine. We're gonna change the hair color. to like a bluish color, but not just light bluish. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty. Okay, that's done. Voice. I guess this one's a good enough sound for the voice. And now, Sophia will be known as Rem. Okay, Rem. Boom. Okay, finish. Boom. Alrighty.
Oh, sacred kinship stone. Bind thyself to
I gotta
this
put my
young
phone back to
spirit.
rest mode and let it recharge some more. Or better yet, I'm probably gonna turn it off. And when I need it, I will basically turn it on at some point. So, turn off. I'm gonna have to put my pen as well. Oh, look at that, another peanut. Lucky me. Let me see what time it is. So, at 7 a.m., I have to go down to the kitchen because my room is in the first floor. Everything here is in the first floor. There's only one floor in our house, basically. So, one floor up, and then we have the basement, which is down, and we have an attic on the top of the first floor. The attic ain't really a secondary floor, it's just extra storage space type of thing.
Rebirth is nigh. Now unleash your cry.
Now here comes the funny part, guys. Hold on. Okay, we have plenty of time.
Well, it's not like it was the real ritual.
Oh, man. Here he comes. But the problem is we won't be able to have him on our side until later on because there'll be a scene. Just wait for it. It'll happen soon. This scene. And this one scene is gonna be really sad. It's funny how the characters are like, whoa, it's the king.
It's the king of the skies, of Rathalos.
Whoa! Wait,
The king of the
really have to be
skies.